Okay, so this is how you get recruited to play Division 1 volleyball. I played at Pepperdine, and I have a bunch of friends that played at different D1 schools, everyone you could think of. And there's three ways that you can go about this. There's three routes that I've seen happen. Um, so I'll go into the first one, which was the way I got recruited, at least initially. Um, so the first route is you get on a good team, you start, coaches see you, they reach out to you, you get recruited. Okay, so first you have to be on a good team. That's where most of the coaches are watching. They're watching the best teams. Every once in a while, they'll go watch lower level club teams, but it's mainly the top teams that they're going to see. So that's one of your goals. Get on a top club team. Now you have to start on that team. I only know one person who wasn't a starter that got recruited to play D1 volleyball, but he got a lot of playing time because our team was really good. So he just got a lot of play time. We were able to put him in a lot, but he wasn't a starter. But that's really rare. So the only way the coaches are going to see you is if you're starting. So I think it'd be better to be on a lower level team as a starter than a higher level team and not play. Okay, so playing is super important. It's the only way they're going to see you. So you're on a top team, you're starting, you're on the top court. The coaches are going to see you and they're going to reach out to you. Okay, that's how it happened with most of my friends. Is the coaches, they called, they emailed, they found your parents' number or whatever, or your coach, or through your club coaches, and they reached out to you, invited you on a visit, talked to you, gave you an offer, and then you have all these offers from different schools. So that's like the number one route that I recommend going, but obviously you have to be pretty good. Um, Another route, number two route that I've seen happen, or at least that I know can happen, but they don't really try this because I think everyone has this puffed up view of college coaches and just think of them as these like scary people, when really they're not. They're just people like you and me. Um, they're just doing their job, and they obviously they have a little more stern face and they act professional because they're coaching at a D1 school and their job is on the line, so they have to recruit good players and there's a lot at stake for them. But they're just people, and they once you see them open up, you realize, oh, they're just like funny and goofy, like any of us. So what you should do, this is the second route, is let's say you're not on a top team, and just coaches aren't seeing you, they're not reaching out to you. What you should do is email them, call them, text them, talk to them as much as you can. Okay, so a lot of people told me, oh, I emailed this coach, he never responded. So yeah, okay, these coaches are busy. A lot of times they have their assistant coaches do their emails for them. So they're just not seeing a lot. They're getting a lot of emails. They're busy. So just keep emailing them until they respond. Obviously be respectful, but like if they're not responding, I would email them every week and be super nice about it. Every week, hey, like just so you know, like I'm super interested. Here's some film of me or whatever it is. You're just getting to know them, talk to them, build a relationship with them. Once they start responding, maybe they're not giving you an offer right away, or they're just kind of being weird, just like talking with you, but not really like saying anything about recruiting you. Just express your interest in their school. Like if you have one school that you really want to go to, tell them like, hey, I'm committed and I'll be whatever position you want me to be. They'll probably say, oh, we already have whatever this an outside hitter for this year, and you're like, oh, that's fine. Like I'm literally down to be whatever. But you have to also be willing to not get much scholarship. Okay, that's if you want to play D1. Number three, you're out. And this one I've actually seen happen a lot more than the second one. But this is gonna take more time. And this is what I ended up doing. So at first I was recruited by a bunch of D1 schools, but I'll tell you the story later. I lost all the scholarships. I ended up going to Orange Coast Community College and then got recruited from there. So that's a great way to end up playing Division 1. Is you go to community college. A lot of people, once they turn 18, they get into college, and people start to get into their bodies, levels change a lot. It's hard to recruit young just because when people are young, they're not so strong. And I've just seen a lot of people, once they become adults, maybe they weren't very good, all of a sudden becoming very good. Or players that you thought were going to be awesome play D1 and they end up just not performing. So some coaches may see you and think, oh, like they have potential, but I want to see how they're going to end up in a few years. And they would be willing to give you another shot if you kept at it and played in a community college. So Orange Coast Community College is a great one. That's where I went. Travis over there is awesome. He'll help you get recruited. If you're committed, I recommend doing that if you really want to play D1 volleyball. Go to a community college, a good one, and do well. And these college coaches are talking to these community college coaches a lot to see your character and stuff like that. You could go play NAIA for a little bit, but I don't recommend doing that. Definitely I would go the community college route if you can. I guess I've seen some guys go like D2 or like NAIA and then get recruited, but I would just do the community college thing. It's cheaper too. You're not as committed. Okay, so those are my 3 routes on how to get recruited to play Division I volleyball. A given is you have to be good. You have to be good enough, at least. If you're down to just be a practice player on a D1 team, or the guy that mops the sweat for the practices, because that's a thing. At least it was for us at Pepperdine. Is half the guys don't actually play in practice, and they're standing on the side with a rag in their hands, running under the court and wiping our sweat if we dive. So if you're down to be that guy on a D1 team, like, I think you can get recruited if you don't have the skill, but just be good. That's why I'm making this account, so you can get better at volleyball. And just having that foundation, because I think that's the biggest thing that separates, and I'll make another video about this, about what separates D1 from like NAIA or other divisions is D1 players have the foundation down. They don't even have to think about it. So these videos that I'm making about base defense or free ball passing, it's like that's what sets these guys apart, is they have this down. Okay. Number 1 route, get on a good team. Get a starting spot. Okay, you have to play. Number 2, email the coaches, talk to them, bug them until they respond, and be nice about it. Number 3, go to community college. Let your body develop a little bit, get stronger, a little more mature in the way you play. And I have faith in you. I think you can do it. If you need help with any specific instructions on how to do this, let me know. Comment, or I'll put my email in there. You can email me. If you just want to send me film or something, I can give you some guidance. I know some of the coaches. I could put a good word in, maybe. Just let me know.